One thing nobody ever tells you about mental illness is that when you finally start working things out, when you're finally ready to make yourself feel better, at first you will feel worse. A lot worse, apparently. Other people who also have mental illnesses can relate to this, but it has always been very hard for me to talk about it. Like, I'm a very open person. I can talk about almost anything to anyone if it's positive. I don't like to dwell in the negative aspects of my life. Because although they feel very overwhelming sometimes, they are not the only thing in my life. Or at least that's how I felt the last 6 years. Nice. Thank you, truck. Get the fuck out of here. Anyways, I had my first panic attack when I was 14. And even before that, I've always had a problem with accepting failure. For some reason, I have always had this quirk in my mind that says, you are not good enough, you have to be better, and better, and better. Even if I got top marks, even if I got praised for what I was doing, I always thought I could have done better. Which is kinda cliche. I feel like everyone thinks that, especially artists. But over the years it got worse, and worse, and worse. Especially because I never talked about it to anyone. I think my parents knew. I mean, they were the first ones I talked to about this. And well, I've been so lucky to have them because they have been a really big help. For the past year, I've been seeing a therapist and I will continue to do so. And I'm currently waiting for my official diagnosis. The doctors and the therapist I've been seeing have been throwing around the generalized anxiety disorder and mild depression thing, but I can't really be sure before I have the papers in front of me. But having a mental health day is very important to me, especially now that I don't have the everyday life I was supposed to have. I mean, once again, I didn't get into school, and that hurts. That hurts a lot. Especially because I know that this time around it was mostly because my mental health is what it is. Also, the funny thing about mental health is that when you are depressed or when you're anxious, you don't show it all the time. I mean, my anxiety is there with me 24/7, but it doesn't really show itself all the time. I can be happy, I can enjoy myself, and especially my friends are the, light of my life at the moment. My loved ones, for one, are the reason why I keep going. I mean, without them, I don't know where I'd be. But you know, I'm a very spontaneous person, and I'm very, excitable. So when I get into something, I really get into it. But when that excitement wears off, I very easily find myself very apathetic and lately also depressed. Thing I've learned lately about depression is that it really warps your personality. For example, if I'm alone and I'm having a very low moment and I know that in a few hours I'm supposed to go and see my friends, I find myself not wanting to go, which is the oddest thing to feel, because for all my life my friends have been the thing that lifts me up the most. I am an extrovert, I love people, I love being around people. So when I hit the low moment and feel like that, I truly realize that something is wrong. And that's when I know I have to take a little time off. Luckily, I've always known myself well enough that even though when I feel things like that, I know I have to push myself to do the things I know I love, although at the moment they feel like the worst things to do. Because I know that every time I see my loved ones, every time I go out, even though it feels bad at first, I feel great when I'm doing it. But if I'm having a bad day, then it might mean that afterwards, when I come home from having fun, I might hit another new low moment. But I think it's worth it. I mean, the worst thing I could do would be to isolate myself. So I know I need to keep on creating, I need to keep on meeting my friends, I need to keep on going. The other thing about mental health problems I could have never guessed was how hard it would become to do some of the most necessary things in the everyday life. I mean, you can clearly see when I'm having a bad week because all my dishes are piling up, there are literal garbage on the floor, I don't wash my clothes, and if I do wash my clothes, I never really have the power to take my clothes into my closet. Which is ridiculous because it's the most easiest thing to open the closet door and put the clothes in. It shouldn't be that hard. One thing that becomes very hard during my low moments is eating, which I'm kind of ashamed of. I don't know why I should be ashamed of not wanting to eat, but maybe it's because I don't have an eating disorder. It's not that, because I love eating, I love food, I could eat snacks all day, but when I have my low moments, I don't have the power to go to my kitchen and make myself something and then put it in my mouth, and then like 3 hours later I'm supposed to do it all over again. It feels so tedious and so time consuming and so unnecessary. Although it's the most necessary thing a human being should do. Eat and drink. You might be asking yourself this: why the hell is this bitch telling us this? We have heard this story so many times from so many other people. Everyone has a mental illness these days. Everyone has anxiety. Everyone has depression. Yeah, that's true. And that's why I want to contribute as well. Because finally, at least at this moment, I am ready to join the conversation. I am finally ready to open up and say publicly that yes, I am mentally ill. And sadly, it has been for a while quite a big part of me, which I really want to change. Some people are claiming that at the moment having a mental illness is kind of like a trend. Like how some people are saying that being gay at the moment is a trend. Like everyone is gay now. Everyone has a mental illness now. It's not really about it being a trend. It's more about it finally coming out. Coming out. But anyway, you know, we finally know more and we want to change things. We have finally realized that we don't have to live with this. We don't have to feel like we are suffocating all the time. We have finally realized that, oh, you can make yourself feel better if you do something about it. So the main reason why I really wanted to make this video is probably because I want to encourage anyone who is watching to get help. Yes, I know, it's so annoying to hear this all the goddamn time. Take care of yourself. Remember to drink water. Go and talk with someone. But although it's very annoying, there is a little bit of truth in all of that nonsense. I was you. I was you for 6 years. For 6 years I refused to understand why I was feeling so bad. For 6 years I refused to ask help. 6 years is such a long time. I'm only 20. Because although my mental health is at the moment the worst it has been ever, I am still happy that I chose to finally do something about it. I was so afraid to share this to my friends for the sole reason of them not believing me. But that's not it. If you have real friends, they will listen to you, they will love you no matter what. Even though if you have kept one of the biggest things in your life as a secret for almost the whole time you have known them. Yikes! I gotta tell you, today when I woke up, I was feeling very bad. I didn't want to make this video. I seriously didn't want to. I've been planning to make this for a while now, and I never thought it would be so hard. I just want everyone to feel better. I want my friends to feel better. I want myself to feel better. And although right now there is this very persistent and tiny voice in my head telling me that there is no way I can ever feel better, I still hope that I will. and I will try. Oh, fucking hell, I will try! And if nothing else, even if it fails, at least I can tell everyone that I fucking tried. It is only the morning, so I'm not sure what else I will film during this day, but I hope that during this monologue you have seen me cleaning my apartment and finally tackling this motherfucker called my balcony. Because when I had the renovations down here, they cleaned up everything else except the balcony, and it is full of footprints. So future Elb, I hope you did what you were supposed to do and maybe put those clothes in the closet. It's not that fucking hard. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it wasn't that much of a downer. Remember to take a mental health day, to just sleep in, to clean your room or your apartment, to make yourself some food, and just remember to breathe. That's about it. Bye.